All right, so they want us to write a program that asks the user if they're married, single, or divorced. So if they are married, they have to pay $200. They're single to 50, and divorced, it's gonna be 120. All right, so first thing we gotta do is ask the user their status, right? Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to have a console write line. What is your status? So in order to make this easier, we're gonna have married as M, single as S, and then divorced. I'm not sure if this is, I think it's divorced with C. All right, got it. All right, now we can just run this real quick and we'll see that you're asking that to the user. Now I want to capture this, and that's going to be a string. So I'm going to have a string result, and it's going to be a console.read line. So it's basically reading the previous line. Okay, perfect. Now there's a couple of options here. So since I'm gonna be working only with one letter, I could just take this as a character. So I could say, let's say status is equal to parse result. So whatever the user types here, I'm going to convert that into a character. So here, this is going to be a character. And then here's the important part. So I'm going to have a switch. I'm going to have my status here, right? Because this is going to be a letter. So M, S, or D. And then I'm going to have my case. And I'm going to pretend that this is an M, right, for married. So if you're married, then you pay 200 bucks. The second option, I'm going to close this, then I'm gonna break it. So you want the program to continue because you are not married, maybe you are single, so the other case would be S for single. So then you pay 250. All right, that's it. And then you break it. And then you're gonna have case for divorce. Again, like you're gonna pay 120. All right, perfect. You're gonna break it. Okay, let me just move this a little bit. Okay, and finally, let's say the user typed something that is not M, S, or D. So you want the program to have a default. And that default would be this option is not valid. All right, that option is not valid. You close this and then you break that. All right, that's it. So let's test this. So I'm gonna run this with F5. So what's your status? I'm gonna have M. So if I have M, I'm supposed to pay $200. So pay $200. All right, cool. Then if I run this again, I could say T, which doesn't exist. So if it doesn't exist, then this option is not valid. So this option is not valid. So that's basically working. All right. So, I mean, you could add more logic, but this was like a basic example. For this, you could probably keep asking the user and give the user another option to escape the program as well. That could be another um, good thing to do here. But for now, this is a good example.